Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions of BetCross. Another very beautiful Tuesday morning, and once again, we are back with our predictions as usual. We always look at football matches going on across the globe and select a few of these matches and look into them and bring it forward for you. We always make our verdicts using the previous recent games, results that they have in recent times. That's what we use to come up with the best possible verdict for each of these matches. All right, that's exactly what we do. And we also look at the football games that are having quite reasonable odds. That's exactly what we do. We don't look at the very small odd, but we do look at the ones that are having a quite good odds that are going to be quite rewarding when you win. All right, so exactly what we do. Yesterday we had a very good outing. We saw quite I think it was 3 games out of 4 that actually saw success. But also we had those in the VIP who won the entire thing that is there. That's what I always tell you, to join the VIP special group or put out games that are having that higher probability of coming out correctly. And all right, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we have a lot of games going on today, but it is mostly international matches. We have the World Cup qualifying matches as well as other continental qualifying matches. All right, so we do have our first game for today. It is in African World Cup qualifying match between Sao Tome and Principe and Equatorial Guinea, and we're going to look at recent games for these two sides. You can see that for Sao Tome, it is 2 draws that they had in recent games, and they've lost 4 matches in the last 6 games that they have so far. All right, when you take a look at Equatorial Guinea, they've won 1, drawn 3, and lost 2 matches out of the last 6 games that they had. When you look at how the two teams fared for home and away basis, you can see for the home side, Sao Tome in the last 10 home matches have managed just a draw and a win, but have lost 8 games out of the last 10 home matches. All right, but when you look at the away side, Equatorial Guinea, they also won once in the last 10 away matches. They've also had 3 draws and 6 losses out of the last 10 away matches that they had. The last time they met was actually March of this year. We saw Equatorial Guinea beating this very side by 2-0. We know that. For both sides, they don't score lots of goals. We could say that Sao Tome don't even score. In 5 matches, they've only managed to score 1 in the last 5 home games that they had. That tells you this is not a side that score. And we're going with the away side that Equatorial Guinea in this very one to either win or draw and still not score so many goals. So we are going with a win or draw and under 3.5. That's our verdict. A win or draw and under 3.5. Okay. All right, that has a very good, value. All right, so we head to the next step for today. Also in the World Cup qualifying match in Africa, where we'll have Tunisia who will be facing Liberia. All right, and we'll look at Tunisia in the last 6 matches. You could see that they had 4 wins and 2 losses in the last 6 games. And for Liberia, they've actually won 2 matches and a draw, but have also lost 3 games in the last 6 matches. Looking at how these two teams have performed from home and away basis, you can see that Tunisia, the home side, have actually won 5 games and 2 draws in the last 10 home matches. They've lost 3 matches out of those 10 home games that they have so far. You can see the last 2 home games, we saw them beating the likes of Burkina Faso and Malawi. All right, when you look at the away side, Liberia, the last 10 away games, I've seen them winning 3 matches and drawing 2. They've also lost 5 matches in the last 10 away matches. All right, last 2 away games that they had was against the powerhouses Senegal and Algeria. We saw them losing to Algeria by 5-1, as well as to Senegal. They lost by 3-0 on that very occasion. But here, I expect the Tunisian side, who have actually been doing well from home, and also the last time they met, we saw Tunisia beating these guys from away. That was a match of this very year, and we do expect Tunisia to do very well here. And we will be going with Tunisia to either win or draw and still under 3.5, seeing that we're not seeing a lot of goals for Tunisia in the recent games that they had. They've not even had a match that is over up to 3 goals. In total goals that were scored there in the last 10 home matches. All right, so we are going with the home side to either win or draw and still under 3.5. That's our value for that very one. Okay. Quite a very good value. If we go for the home side to win direct, it's actually a good one, but with under 3.5, it increases the value. All right, so when you look at the next games for today, it is in World Cup qualifying match once again, but it's actually in Europe this time around, where we have Lithuania who will be facing Malta. all right, in the European World Cup qualified matches. All right, so we look at how the sides fared in recent games. So you can see for Luton through 2 draws and 4 losses out of the last 6 matches. And for Malta, we could see they've had 2 draws, 1 win, 3 losses. All right. And looking at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective here, we could see that the home side and Luton in the last 10 home matches that they have so far have seen them, winning just 1, but I've also had 5 draws out of the last 10 home games that they had. They've lost 4 matches out of those. But when you compare to the away side, Malta, who have actually had 2 victories in the last 10 away matches, but have also lost 8 matches out of the last 10 away games that they had. Also, they're losing the last away game to Netherlands by 8-0. That's a lot of goals out there. So the last home game for Luton, I saw them playing out a 2-2 draw against Finland on that very occasion. That was in March of this very year, But Malta is not a side that fares very well from away. They had a lot of loss. 80% of the away games that they had, resulted to a loss for them. And although the last time they met was actually a 0-0 draw on that very occasion, it was Malta who played from home. Luton played from away on that very occasion. This happened in June of this very year. But here, Luton is going to play from home, and I'm tilting towards the home side, to achieve quite a good result here, not to lose outrightly. I expect the home side Luton to win or draw and under 3.5 once again. All right, home win or draw and under 3 with a great value. All right, and we head to the last game for today. It is also in the European qualifying match, World Cup qualifying match, rather, where you have Kazakhstan who will face in Wales, and we can see for Kazakhstan 2 wins and 4 losses in the last 6 games that they had. And for Wales, we could say they've won 3 matches and also 2 draws, losing once in the last 6 matches that they had at the same time. So, okay. And looking at how the two teams fared for home and away basis, you could say that for Kazakhstan, the home side, they've had 4 victories from home. They've also had 1 draw, as well as 5 losses in the last 10 home matches that they had. All right. Okay, even though the teams that they played out are not quite very big teams, we could see that they had victory against the side like Curacao, Turkmenistan, San Marino, and the rest of them. Not the best of our teams. But when you look at the away side of Wales, in the last 10 away games that they had so far, I've seen them winning 2 matches. They've also had 5 draws as well as 3 losses. The last away game they had, saw them losing out to Belgium by 4-3 on that very occasion. But they've had more of draws, 5 draws in the last 10 away games. So, and the last time both teams met, it was Wales who won against this very side. That happened in March of this very year. We saw Wales beating this very side by 3-1. But we will be going for the away side Wales to still not lose here. We expect our away side to win or draw, and yet under 4.5, because we could see that that not many goals scored in most of the matches for the home side and the away side. So we are going with the away side to either win or draw and under 4. That's our verdict, and that concludes it for us today on Betcraft. We wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes great. Remember to play responsibly, as these are football matches. Play with what you can afford to lose. Play for fun. That's the best way to approach this very thing. All right. Remember the other games that we have for you will be on our VIP special group, where we're putting out games that also have that high likelihood of coming out correctly. You can always find the link to VIP in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel around this very video. All right. That being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back, but until that time, keep winning.